Welcome to Naota Radio. My name is Naota. Who are you people?
I'm the co-host, Izzy the Exploder.
Uh,
Nothing else to say really.
I'm a homeless man who has agreed to participate this in exchange for $4.37 in used Subway gift cards.
Hell yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I guess right off the bat, Gunboi, where did you get the name Gunboi?
God, I think probably like 5 years ago, I was trying to sound cool. Was like I was playing RuneScape and I needed a new username because my previous username had been in place for like 5 years at that point. So I was like trying to think, what's cool, what's gonna say to all the other people around me that I know what's what, and I thought of guns because guns are cool and all that, and sort of ironically became a hobby of mine later on.
Oh, that's crazy. So you got the name before you got into the hobby.
Yeah, for sure.
That's pretty fucking cool. So like, you ever gonna evolve and become Gunman, or like you just stuck in with Boy?
I've been thinking a lot about changing it because apparently there's a French SoundCloud rapper who goes by Gunboi, and it's spelled exactly the same way, and it's a real, real shame.
Nah, fuck that guy. I mean, you probably had it first.
His music sucks too. Like, go harass him, go gang stalk him on the internet.
Yeah, I hate the
Yeah.
French.
Okay. So who do you think you are?
Like, as a person, that was deep.
Yeah,
You're saying
yeah.
it's like a Dr. Phil question.
Who do you think you are?
You think you're the hero of your own story.
Yeah. No, I do what I got to do on a day-to-day basis. I met all of you folks in a dingy little corner of the internet, but I'm an honest, hardworking person.
How much do you regret coming here?
I try not to regret things like that, in the long term.
Yeah, true. All right. Let's get down to the personal. What's your thoughts on Michael McChill?
Look, this is just a rumor, but in 2011 he was in a motel room in Flagstaff, Arizona, and there were like two or three underage women present at that hotel room. And I'm not supposed to say this for legal reasons, but like somebody needs to look into that because there's hush money involved. I think he's got a trust fund. His dad knows a lawyer who knows a prosecutor who's keeping it under wraps. But this needs to get out. This is injustice.
Well, guys, you heard it here first.
Yeah, I heard he's a fat fucking orangutan.
is the whole point of this to create negative attention towards Michael McChill?
Yes. No, we're just chilling. We're
Mick chilling.
All right. So I guess So what got you into guns in the first place? Was it your dad or anything like that?
Yeah. My older brother, he went off to college. He's about 7 years older than me, and he came back with a fancy government contractor job. And as you know about all people who go off to college and get government contractor jobs, they pick up expensive hobbies, and his was shooting. So, I was still a teenager at the time. He got me into it, and I just bought my first gun about a couple months ago.
Well, that's pretty cool. Did you buy it once you turned like a legal age?
No, I just bought it. I'm 19 right now, and I bought it for my birthday, just to have an event to justify that level of expense.
Yeah, what type of gun is that? I heard it's a musket.
Yeah, so it's a muzzle loader, which is kind of an antiquated technology, and you use it really just for hunting. It's impractical, shoots big, ugly bullets, and you have to load it manually and everything.
Oh, deadass? See, I don't know too much about guns. I'm not like it's a whole chemical trick and all that. But like legit, it's kind of like a musket.
Yeah, it's the technology really hasn't changed much since the 1400s when someone came up with it. It's just the biggest change is instead of pouring just like raw gunpowder into the tube, it comes in pellets now, so it's a little bit cleaner and you can load it a little bit faster.
Ever stuck your dick in it?
No, it's unfortunately not wide enough for that level of girth.
All right. Mhm.
You do the
Have
measurement.
you? Oh, would you say that's your favorite gun?
Um, I bought it because it was kind of impractical. It's not a gun most people have. It's not a gun that was present, belonging to any nearby relatives or anything. So it's not a kind of weapon I'd shot before. So, I wanted to fill in the gap there because I'm going to probably end up inheriting most of those guns, later down the
Oh,
line.
that's pretty cool.
So,
So like, what's it called? I guess it's more of like a gun for like, I guess like a story to tell. Like, you're like, hey, yeah, I got
yeah,
this.
it's definitely. I'm not into like the sort of like concealed carry. I need to defend myself in 100 different situations. Like if someone breaks into my house, I'm probably just gonna, call the cops. I'm not crazy about that sort of thing. It's
Yeah,
definitely more of
true, true,
a sportsman item.
true. Especially since it's a musket. I mean, you get invaded, you're gonna be there for like
Yeah,
10 minutes reloading.
if you miss,
It's over, dude.
Do you think you can kill a government official with it?
well, the some of the greatest Americans in history, like what's his name, Bacon. Not, I was going to say Kevin Bacon, but the
Kevin
historical
Bacon.
the historical Bacon of Bacon's
Ain't that
Rebellion.
the mall cop?
Yes, no, Kevin Bacon was a musician. You're
Oh,
thinking
true,
of
true, true.
Paul Blart.
Paul Blart? No, who's the actor? Who's the actor for Paul Blart?
I think isn't. Oh, what's his name?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm looking
whatever.
it up right
Let's
now
make
because I
real
need
names
to
that
know this.
Paul Blart.
No, it is a Kevin. His name is
Kevin
Kevin
Smith?
James. Kevin James.
Kevin James. The hell? Fuck's whatever, whatever. All right, so like, what would be your dream gun? I guess for you to have anything, anything.
Oh man, I've always wanted a minigun because those are like the super. They're not technically illegal, but you have to get. They're like $20,000 down, and the bullets are incredibly rare and super expensive, and you have to get on like a waiting list to get your hands on one, and there's a lot of scrutiny on
Okay.
you, like regulation wise. But
I'm pretty sure, like, if you're a hobbyist at that point, you probably have all the like equipment to like manufacture the bullets, like the press and all that, the gunpowder, all that.
yeah, reloading is something a lot of people get into. It's where you make bullets by hand, but yeah,
Hmm.
I don't know anybody who does that, but I know it's very popular and it's kind of what's driving a lot of the gun shortage stuff going on right now.
Oh, true. Like, yeah, I heard about. What's going on with that?
So it's not anything super political. It's not like a policy was put in place and suddenly ammo is not being manufactured anymore. It's just kind of a knee jerk reaction when someone becomes president after talking a lot of big game about it. Happened with Obama. Happened with Clinton. It happens every pretty much every election cycle. So it's probably not going to
Mm,
settle down for another year or two.
true, true. Honestly, like, I guess one hobby I would love to delve into if I had money for it, right? Wouldn't be exactly like gunpowder or anything like that, black powder or anything. I guess it would be black powder because I wanted to make like homemade fireworks and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a section of engineering I haven't explored yet, like redneck engineering. I
Yeah,
would love to fucking major in that.
yeah. No,
That
that's
seems like fun.
I think you can get like I know there's a lab out here somewhere. There's several all over the country where they just blow up like improvised explosives and get
You
paid
mean a
government
meth
money to
lab?
do that.
Pretty sure it's
Like
a meth
Well,
lab.
like,
yeah, but you can get like pension money to just do like like crackhead, crack baby, back alley trailer park explosives.
that'd be amazing. See, the farthest I've gone is like, those little like poppet things, like those fireworks. They come like in a toilet paper
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, the little like rolled up
Yeah,
paper.
the tissue paper.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. You
Uh,
just throw them and smash. The farthest thing I've done is like combining like a lot of them, just
Yeah,
smashing it on
yeah.
the floor.
I knew a
Actually,
Other
kid.
than that,
in
yeah.
fact,
Mhm.
I have a couple boxes of those, as well as sparklers and smoke bombs, still in my
Mhm.
drawer. Some of those are still from last year, and then some of those just got this year.
You set that box on fire.
I
I
probably should.
I knew a kid growing up. He had Asperger's, and he was super into explosive stuff for whatever reason. And I remember he got a ton of those, and he
Mhm.
unwrapped all of them and like poured all the gunpowder or whatever's in those, and he made one big one,
Mhm.
and he threw it in his house and like blew up a window.
Jesus
Like it
Christ.
popped and it shattered a window, and I think his dad like whooped him after that.
God bless
That's
that
funny
kid.
because like when we first we didn't always buy fireworks, but like as soon as I got a car, I was able to drive around, and I could finally go to those like firework like well like over here in Texas. I don't know if it's like nationwide, right?
Mhm.
You go far a little bit, and like during the holidays, like New Year's, Fourth of July, all that, they have these fireworks stands, but they're kind of like located outside the city.
Yeah.
So I was able to drive over there when I first got my license. Like, oh hell yeah, I want to buy some fireworks. I didn't know what the hell. Like, the only thing I knew about fireworks was off of Malcolm in the Middle, that one episode. So I was like kind of trying to see what they bought. I got like those little mini TNTs and all that stuff,
Mhm.
fountains and all that stuff,
Yeah,
and
you got like one of the packages that comes with
yeah.
everything.
No, I just started like pointing. I'm like, I
Oh,
want that
you
one. I
went
want that
shelf
one.
shopping, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, basically, I bought some fountains, like the firecrackers, the M80s, and all that.
hmm
Man, I went through like I learned a lot that day. So first thing, fire and glass don't mix at all. So I wanted to see the firework like under like so I have a clear glass table in my backyard.
Yeah.
I lit the fountain, and if you don't know what a fountain is, it's basically like this firework that kind of like erupts and has a fountain of light that kind of goes up to like 3 to 5 depending on which brand or how powerful you get, right? It's just a like huge like white light. And I was like, man, it'd be cool if I watched it underneath.
Like
And light it up, and I'm like, holy shit. Huh?
Did he fucking melt the glass?
No, that's not, I'm getting to it. um, I light it up, huge like burst of light. I was like, what the fuck? What am I doing underneath here? Get out of the way. I come back to it. It's not shattered, right? But there's like an indent of where it was. It was that hot. Kind of
Yeah.
melted the glass underneath.
I knew it.
Halfway through, me and my brothers were like playing with like the firefighters. Just whatever, popping stuff. We hear a we're like, what the fuck is that? And dad comes out. He sees the fucking glass table shattered. I had to buy a new one of those. The worst part is, like, well, I think I was like, I had to be 16 because he drove to go get him. I didn't have that much money because, like, 16. I had a job, right? But, like, I had to go ahead, save up for that, buy a new glass table. It had to be custom and everything to fit onto that table. It fucking sucked.
Damn, you were a
But-
really smart 16-year-old, weren't you?
Oh, you haven't heard of what my dad did after. So, like, in that bag, as I said before, we had the M80s, right? This dude, you know what he does on the 4th of July? He starts chucking them at us.
yeah.
Like, we make a game of it. We start chucking it at each other. I mean, these are the things, like, I don't know if you saw, like, the YouTube video where they get, like, the chicken bones and, like, resin hands to test out the fireworks.
Yeah.
But those things can fucking break your fingers, right?
Yeah, no.
So,
If it hits you in the arm, it'll leave a welt for sure.
yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I fucking had enough of this shit. I go inside. You know what this guy does? My dad, he comes inside, fucks up underneath my fucking door. I was just like, what the fuck? Serves him right though, because the firefighters came and they're like, "You popping fireworks?" Because of course they're illegal in my fucking
Oh yeah.
town.
It's huge droughts and everything.
Yeah, and then
That reminds me.
it's
Have either of you guys ever like accidentally slightly cooked yourself once? Like you've heard your skin sizzle.
oh, all the time.
God.
The most recent one was because of a toaster, but like that's kind of boring, right? The most exciting way I've burnt my finger is I have a 3D printer, right?
Oh yeah, I know.
These temperatures they go up to like 200 Celsius, right?
Mhm.
I had to take off the nozzle. The thing is with the nozzle, it has to be hot because you know the heat expands on those things. And when I was taking it off, I like subconsciously held onto it for like balance in order for it to stop twisting away. And once I twist it off, I grab onto that the heating brick part of it. All I hear, like it takes like a second. I start hearing like sizzling like bacon on this
Oh
on my
god.
thumb. And since that day, I kind of have like a scar that's always there, and you can kind of it's like the corner of that heating brick.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've got a
But yeah.
scar too from kind of similar situation, except I was out camping, and I've got
Mhm.
like one of those little metal pokers that you put like hot dogs and marshmallows on.
Yeah, yeah.
So we leave them in the fire to like kill germs on any shit. I was gonna put hot dogs on it. For some dumb reason, I kind of like just let my hand that slide up it to the top
Yep.
that had just been heated, and I hear my skin sizzle, and I've still got a scar there to this day. I literally kind of like stick my thumb in my mouth in order to cool it down. It tasted cooked.
Oh
Yikes.
God.
What are you, like a pre-cannibal or something? What do you
I
mean?
was just trying to keep my hand cold, man. That fucking hurt.
Yeah,
I
true,
was stuck
true.
it on
You
like
know,
a baby.
I found it best to like just let it like the pain like on its own because like every time you put it in your hand, it just feels worse, or like in your mouth, it just feels worse.
I just
There's
went
no
inside the
And that,
cottage and just held ice the entire time.
there's no good solution to like burning yourself. That's like the worst thing you can do. Like physical
you
injury.
basically, yeah, you basically got to go with like what they did in Fight Club. Just fucking like accept it. You know that scene where they start putting like fucking lye on his hand.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah,
So,
like mhm.
no, it's just like burns can get like infected really easily, or like if you get like serious burns, you have to get like skin grafts and stuff.
Oh, true, true.
Skin starts peeling off. That's fun.
I don't think I've ever gotten to that point.
I injured myself quite a good bit on that trip last year too. I accidentally peeled my toenail off.
Uh,
Oh, I've had that happen to me. I had like a dresser fall on my like nail on my foot. It was weird though, because like there was like another nail waiting underneath. Shit was wild.
What I did is I opened the well, it wasn't the cottage, it was the cabin that we were staying at before that. I opened the door really fast and it's got like this little bottom on it.
Hmm.
It just fucking uproots my toenail on my big toe. Really
Hmm.
fun. Immediate pain and regret.
I love that this devolved from fireworks into like grievous bodily injuries really fast.
Yeah, trying to fucking one up each other.
What's your favorite bodily injury, Gunman?
Oh God, I got to think about that. I've had a few pretty nasty ones. When I was really little, I didn't have the like self-preservation instinct. Like if this was true Darwinism and like we didn't have hospitals and stuff, I would have died as a child just by my own hand. I didn't have the instinct to put my hands out when I fell over when I was really small. And I remember one time I
Ooh.
tripped running at like full speed, and like I cracked my skull on the pavement, and like they had to I like
Oh my god.
just from like the standing height of like a 4 year old, I was able to give myself a concussion, and they had to like take me to the hospital.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's way worse than me like stepping on a glass bottle and just impaling my foot.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had like an injury like I had to be like hospitalized for like that intense.
Yeah, I've been hospitalized really. Gotta
So like Gunman, um, what's like living in New Mexico?
It's like living in Texas, but the people who make all the laws hate you, and they
Like what is personally affect? What laws personally affected you?
it's just like really dumb stuff. Like they don't sell like alcohol on Sundays, so like entire stores will close down. Like they'll close down early on Sundays
Oh
because they
yeah,
can't
we
sell.
have that in Texas too.
But it's not like
Like
small town stuff. It's like that's like a wider like
yeah,
county
yeah, no,
level.
it's like it's a whole like Texas thing. You're not allowed to sell alcohol on Sundays unless you're like Walmart or something. Or actually, I think they refuse to sell it to you. It kind of depends. But yeah, like liquor stores and all that, like the small ones, yeah, they don't open. And like the big ones, we got this big one called Specs. It closed on Sundays too.
Yeah, it's not any like one particular thing. It's just like they do. It's just kind of like idiotic rules that they make that like alienate the people who live there. Like
Mm.
it's like if the government was run by your like local HOA, and like it's just all of the rules are designed to like handle their like whimsical like moment to moment desires.
Yeah. Honestly, in my neighborhood, the HOA, I don't think they exist here because people do whatever the hell they want. Like you paint whatever color you want. You don't have to take care of your grass. They really do not care. Like this lady, she just put a dead ass like fence around her whole thing. You know how like British houses have like those big ass like brick walls or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She got that, but like a wooden fence. I was like, man, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like, be a
So
bitch to trick or treat there, but like other than that, I mean, that's fucking sick.
that's how my
But
community,
honestly,
that's how
mhm.
my neighborhood is too. Like everybody, because I live in like kind of ghetto type place, so all the houses are pretty shit anyways.
True.
In fact,
Like, yeah.
in fact, my house used to have a wooden fence around it, but most of it's like fucking come down,
Yeah.
rotting
Uh,
away.
but like, I guess when I think of New Mexico, I always think of those like, what do you call it? Those like Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner cartoons where there's just like cliffs of fucking
Yeah,
cactus.
it's just New Mexico is kind of funny because that's 90% of it is just like low and high desert where it's just like flat fields and then mountains. But then
Yeah,
yeah,
it's kind of badass. It was kind of like Badlands or some shit like that.
so that's
Yeah,
like 90% of all of New Mexico is just like little like towns you wouldn't want to live in, and then all of the like rules and stuff are made because there's two cities and they control the whole population of like I think like
Yes.
60% of the state population lives in like 20% of the like land mass.
yeah, and you also got these laboratories causing intergalactic invasions.
Yeah, that's very possible too. There's like two or three like maximum security like laboratories and stuff. There's like a nuclear stockpile like spitting distance from where I live where like the entire I don't know, I live within like ground zero if they ever like if there's ever like a preemptive strike, I'm in the just outside the immediate kill zone and the like 3 minutes before like your cancers become big enough to start walking around on their own zone.
Yikes.
So like yeah, that's probably my favorite thing about living in New Mexico is it's just like they keep all the secret nasty technologies here.
So what do you do there for fun? Is there anything to do?
Uh I go online and I torture the people I meet online, but most people I'd say it's day drinking.
I could see
You
that,
like going hunting?
especially.
I do. That's back to our original topic. I've been hunting since I was a little kid, and I never had my own gun for it, so I'm doing that now this year.
You ever cover yourself with deer shit in order to hide your scent?
Oh, you have to buy. It's not. It doesn't smell like feces, but it's just this like hunting goop. It smells. It's kind of hard to explain the
Uh,
smell. It smells kind of
is that
like
the deer piss thing?
it's not. As far as I know, it's not made from any like animal byproduct. It's just like this kind
Hmm.
of gross chemical smell. It smells like a bathroom without a vent in it. Is kind of what it smells like, and
No, like cleaning products or like old piss
just kind of
smell.
old piss, yeah. But like
Yikes.
it's just like apparently what a neutral smell is, so that you
Hmm.
can move downwind of animals easier.
Oh, okay.
Ever shot a skinwalker?
I have not, although I've
Is that even in New Vegas? New
New
Vegas,
Vegas.
motherfucker.
Well, so I know a lot of Native American people. There's a lot of them here, and I've never met
Mhm.
one who didn't seriously believe in skinwalkers. So that kind of like makes me nervous. I don't know why they all like. It's not like a group joke,
Yo. Uh huh.
but they all say like,
That's
if you see something
wild.
in your rearview mirror, you don't look back. Like,
Yo, I don't know, bro. Like, I guess it's because like I'm built different, right? But like, I'd look down. I'd get out of my car. But like, honestly, like, if you're like in Wile E. Coyote like type of situation, I wouldn't get out of my car in the middle of the night.
no, yeah,
That's kind of creepy.
Around where I live, we got shit like the Loveland Frog and the Mothman.
you got all that like Appalachia monsters. Those are all way
Yeah,
cooler.
they cool.
I don't know. Skinwalker is pretty crazy. Like, have you like read up on the lore?
Yeah, I don't know why anyone would come up with that. Like, they came up with that before they invented like, the internal combustion engine. So like I'm a little worried what's
Yo,
going on
honest.
in Native American country there.
Yeah, can you explain a bit for the people that don't know?
It's like a it's like a ghoul that like Native American tribes believe in that it's like I forget what the deep lore is, if it's like a cursed individual or something, but the kind
Yeah,
of
yeah. So from what I've heard from it is that like you have these skinwalkers, these things that like from what I remember is that they like they kill like a person, or they kind of like synths from like New Vegas,
Mhm.
where like they kind of like
New
wear their
Vegas.
skin and all that. Yeah,
Do you mean
and
Fallout
then
4?
huh?
You mean
What?
Fallout 4? You said New Vegas.
Oh my god, dude, I love New Vegas.
Yeah, but the
It's such a
subs are
good
from
game.
Fallout 4, not New Vegas.
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
Yeah.
the
All right.
like they're yeah, I think you're right. It's like it's they kill somebody. If you kill somebody, they become one, like their corpse or something.
Mhm.
I don't remember how it
Yeah,
exactly
yeah,
goes, but the sort of modern iteration of the folklore is that if you're driving on a road at night, they'll appear in your rearview mirror, and if
yeah.
you like look back at them for long enough, they'll start chasing you at the same speed of your
Yeah,
car.
yeah, exactly. That's insane.
You,
And you know what? Honestly, you got to go back on the records on for that stuff because like there's no way like skinwalkers back in the day could run 65 miles an hour because like not even trains were able to do that. And like that's got to be like updated lore, like a patch or something for like New Mexico because there's no way in hell like back in like the 1800s, 1700s, right? Like the Native Americans like, "Oh yeah, this thing run like 65 miles an hour." There's no way. That's got to
Yeah,
be like new or
yeah.
something.
I think that's it. Probably is. I think a lot of what I know of Native American folk tales is their oral traditions, so they definitely update with
Hmm.
time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I was joking
Like
around at first, but now you guys actually got me fucking scared. It does not help that I'm sitting in a pitch black room right now.
oh yeah, no. I mean, they're like New Mexico, Arizona, so you're good.
And then
You got to worry about
a
the
Wendigo
Mothman.
coming from me or some shit over here.
Oh, they're basically like Wendigos.
Yeah, they're sort of the same. Like 'cause they're like a myth like that is like that monster. Like they
Hmm.
characterize it as a monster because it's like a societal thing that they see as against their virtues, and they both come from the same kind of like they think it's like super against nature to kill another human being. I think that's the
Yeah,
same thing
yeah.
with
Oh,
Wendigos.
I actually gotta,
and then like,
I gotta turn my
mhm.
fucking light on. I'm actually fucking scared right now from talking about this.
No, and like, what's it called? Like, man, there was something crazy about Skinwalkers that I remember. Oh yeah, yeah. I think they also can do magic.
Yeah,
Like they're also like witches.
yeah,
So
yeah.
like not only
Yeah.
do you gotta worry about the 65 miles an hour, they take people's skin, they impersonate people, like honestly, like they have like they could do some magic shit too. Like so I honestly don't remember. I don't remember what's in like the spell inventory or anything like that, but like they got some like crazy shit. Like don't fuck with skinwalkers, I guess. Is the PSA for this.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah, there's
wonder
a
if
lot of
like, the Amish have any like legends like that because I got a lot of Amish around here where I live.
I would think it'd be like buttons or something like that.
they're terrified of zippers coming in the night.
Zippers, yeah. And it's alright to shit talk them because they're not gonna listen to this.
That's true. That's like, have you ever thought about like screaming at the back of a deaf person's head? Like, there's the meanest thing you can say about them, and they just like they don't know.
True, you could basically go to like a Yeah, like you ever seen that? Like at a restaurant, there's like deaf people with like they hand you that piece of paper where there's like smile.
Yeah.
It's like I'm deaf, any donations like that.
Mhm.
I guess to ultimately prove them, you gotta like shit talk them, like while they're not looking in your mouth, just in case.
Yeah,
And
just
if
like
any flinch or anything like that, no money. You take that like a champ, even if you're not deaf, you deserve a couple bucks.
yeah.
But like speaking of, I guess like one cryptid thing for the Amish would kind of be like the Lawnmower 3.0, by Manscaped, because as you know, we're sponsored by Manscaped. See, regular products will just cut your nuts off, but with Manscaped, it'll tame that beast. With the Lawnmower 3.0, your balls will thank you.
Seamless transition. That was like
Speaking
take
of
note.
nuts, Gunjo,
Mm-hmm.
how low do your balls hang?
God, depends on thermodynamics. You know, yeah, but low enough to touch the water is the real answer.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
What the
my
fuck?
mic
You
can
got old man
confirm that.
balls? he basically said he has old man balls.
Yes, I'm 47.
All right. So I guess Gunman, any YouTubers that you follow?
Not really. Not in like the last few years.
True.
Sort of with all the COVID stuff, I shut off a lot of like external noise because like it just like you'd see people that you like watch for entertainment and they'd be talking about it, and like you could see like how even something like big happening in the world became something that was like a funny like topic for a 10-minute video. And I at that point
Mm-hmm.
was I was starting college and everything, and I was just decided this is a time sink that I don't really have too much time for. I still
Yeah,
listen.
that's true.
I still catch up
When
on
I first,
I still catch up on
yeah, go
like
ahead.
certain podcasts like occasionally, but I read the news and everything, but I try not to have
Yeah,
constant noise in the
mhm.
background anymore.
Only
I did the same
really.
thing. I did the same thing when I started like college because like what I I kind of like stopped watching YouTube as much, but like this was during the golden era, like with Filthy Frank and all that. When they
Hmm.
stopped doing stuff, it's kind of like when I started college. So like, luckily I didn't have that distraction, but I did get into a lot of like podcasts and stuff like that, like just local radio podcasts or stuff like that. I never got
Yeah.
into like anything crazy like Joe Rogan or anything like that, but just like those podcasts because it's kind of easy to listen to. You don't have to tune in all the time. It's not like some crazy thing,
Hmm.
but yeah, it's like you kind of want that. Like you don't really follow a lot of stuff. I didn't watch any TV or anything like that. Like I was just like stuck with like schoolwork and stuff like that. But I guess like how about like in the day in high school? What were some YouTubers you follow?
So yeah, back probably you were talking about the golden age. I was probably like late middle school into the first 2 years of my high school when all of that was happening. And I think I
Mhm.
followed all of those individuals into their sort of modern decline.
Yeah, true.
Like
Kai Dubs.
yeah. But I think you brought up Filthy Frank. I think that was just such a revelation at the time. Was just how like belligerent and like you know I learned
Dude,
slurs from
honestly.
that. Like
I don't. What's best part is like I think he went overboard, right? You can't cancel him past that point,
yeah, no, it's like
and there was never a decline with him either. So it's not like you can go back. Like for iDubbbz, I guess I'm just waiting for the day that they cancel him because like I mean
yeah,
he's kind of said some stuff. It's like kind of out of pocket today. Like you can look back and I'm like, oh, this kind of like it wasn't like that funny, so it doesn't warrant like a pass
yeah.
or anything like that. But now that he's kind of like trying to change. I mean,
Hmm.
the whole documentary style. Like, I like the new documentaries. They're nice. They're like really entertaining, but like it's not that same level of comedy.
Oh
So he
yeah,
doesn't get that
yeah.
pass anymore.
He did that
Like
like thing
if
about like the like fat like dude in like some like
Oh yeah, I
screwed
remember
up
that.
Midwest town. Yeah,
yeah, what's his name?
That was
Oh man,
the
I'm
Uncle
sub to
Dane
him
Airsoft
in that
too.
guy.
video.
Airsoft
Yeah,
Fatty.
Yeah, the Uncle Dane in that video. I remember. That's how I found out about it.
Mhm. And then the ice cream man or whatever the ice cream guy.
yeah.
That one was pretty good.
No, I think
But yeah, like.
I think
Mhm.
a lot of those old people have just kind of not even like consciously have just sort of shifted to a more mundane like persona just because YouTube became so hostile to them because YouTube has
Oh
never
yeah.
been a profiteering industry. So when you attack those ads like that, like there were those, I think it was the PewDiePie thing that started it, where they started going after advertisements. Like that turns YouTube from like an acceptable loss into like bankrupting Google if they keep it up, if they
Oh
can't
yeah.
make that minute amount of money back that they spend.
I only
True. Well,
really.
I don't think they make anything. They YouTube actually takes money away
No,
from
yeah,
Google. Like,
it has been in the red since its inception.
yeah, but I don't think it's ever been designed to make money.
No,
I think it's just designed to like advertise.
yeah, it's been, I think, continued originally because of its the novelty of it and the sort of like drive the
Yeah.
platform had, and now it's kind of kept
Like,
around as like you can't, all of the competitors to YouTube are either dead or dying, and so now it's kind of like they
yeah,
have a centralized information distribution platform, and that's something that is invaluable to the people who have great plans in this world.
that's like that. It makes me think like for YouTube, there's got to be a reason why it's still up, and like it can't just be for like video sharing and stuff like that. Like what I think, honestly, and you kind of already see it in the platform today, is that like it's used to train like machines and like with machine learning and all that,
Yeah.
and you kind of see it with like the whole copyright system and stuff like that. But like, I mean, Google's not all about that. It's also about like like Google gets like it's a new boogeyman like
Mhm.
up to this point. Um, but like you have Google who like they grabbed all the books they tried to like every single book and they tried to put it in a catalog and they got stopped doing that. And like what for? Obviously to like train machines. I don't want to say AI because AI is like the new buzzword,
Yeah,
right?
and
But
it's
like
not AI. It is not.
and it's not exactly AI, right? But I guess I'll just use the word AI, right?
Right.
And they use it to train these AI, like because when you say AI, you kind of think of like Skynet or
Yeah,
something. It's just that's not what that is.
it's they're learning algorithms that can
Yeah.
update themselves to they
Mhm.
have a set
So
goal, and it's close to the sort of ideal of what AI was, and like before
mhm.
the technology was there, but it is definitely nowhere near what it's advertised as, and it's yeah.
Honestly, yeah, and like and if you kind of think of like all that, I mean, the algorithm, like the videos that get recommended to you, I don't know if you kind of delved deep into this, but like there's this one YouTuber I like, he kind of goes over like creepy stuff on YouTube. And what he found was that like there's these child predators that like will watch these videos and they'll keep on getting recommended these
Hmm.
weird twisted videos. And because that's the way the algorithm is designed.
Right.
You go into one topic and it'll give you like 50 other videos and these whole paths. It's just insane what's going on. But like, I mean, obviously that's used negatively, but you could also be used for good. Like, I mean, I watch a lot of these videos that like help you learn and like all that stuff because I like looking up like weird little topics like the cryptid stuff. But like, it kind of serves its purpose and it kind of doesn't. But like,
Right.
I really think it's also to like kind of shape culture in a way because like
Hmm.
I don't know if you've noticed, but like there are a lot of forced memes
Yeah.
that like you look at this and you're like, no way, this has got to be like a company paying
Yeah.
people.
No, yeah, I think if you were to look at Google on a macro scale, their sort of goal is to, realign society on a grander level to be more profitable and more efficient for their benefit. And I think a lot of the reason like YouTube is still around and they're sinking trillions into like making these like targeted advertising and like machine learning to recommend videos that you're going to watch for longer. I think all of it is for like the ultimate goal of just like boosting their sales in like every which way. And
Mhm.
I
Exactly.
think a lot of that has like I think YouTube nowadays is like a social conditioning engine where they're like testing stuff. Like you can tell, like back when I used
Mhm.
YouTube
I could definitely
frequently,
see that.
you could tell days when like the algorithm was updated and the kind of videos you were seeing changed all of a sudden.
Hmm.
Like I remember there was a period of
Like,
time where I think it was back in like 2018 where every day I'd be getting videos from like the inception of YouTube, just random videos with like, less than 10,000 views from like 2009, 2010.
yeah.
And they were like popping off because people were like, "Wow, look at this cool like vintage thing that just came up." Like,
Hmm.
so I think
You know what's Yeah, what sucks with the whole creation of like this insane algorithm is you people today don't know about the dark side or the creepy side of YouTube or whatever it was
Mhm.
called back in the day. The dark side of YouTube. Or like you find one path and you'll just get a bunch of creepy videos on YouTube.
Yeah,
This was like back in the day. You don't get that anymore. People don't know about that because like you go as much stuff you're going to end up in like some the same old videos you've been watching.
yeah.
But like
It's much harder to find new things on YouTube nowadays.
yeah. It was like, for instance, I tried use YouTube to listen to music and all that, right?
Hmm.
No matter what, I swear to God, I'll click on one video. By the fifth autoplay, I'm back to the Gorillas.
Yeah.
Like I fucking love the Gorillas, right? But like I swear to God, once I'm on Gorillas, that's it. They're gonna show me every single Gorilla video, and once it's done, because I've gotten to that point, once it's done, they'll just keep on looping with Gorillas. I can't
Hmm.
escape it. Like I swear to God, they're marketing the Gorillas towards like everyone. I don't know. Maybe it's just me,
No,
right? But like,
I think it's using like tag data on videos to like find out things you're interested in, But I noticed especially
Uh,
the autoplay feature has become a lot more circular, because I think it's because of there were all the accusations that all those pedophile videos were showing up, and like extreme political stuff was showing up just on the autoplay, because if you're just being fed random content from YouTube that like vaguely connects back to what you were watching before, you're gonna get into weird stuff if you leave it running long enough. So I think they've
Mhm.
made autoplay like more circular, so it'll always loop back to something close to your start point.
yeah,
Yeah.
whenever I was listening to music on YouTube, it always returned me like White Stripes Finch, of course, and then just stay on that for ages.
Yeah, exactly. I guess it just picks your like, yeah, I guess like the band closely related to your soul or something, right? It's like you got to gravitate to this. If
Yeah,
we're not gonna lose you yet,
What's really
here's
interesting,
50 hours of the White Stripes.
the White Stripes truly embodies my soul. That's why I'm called Izzy the Exploder.
what's really interesting about the deep learning AI stuff that's not really AI is the one thing it's
Yeah.
really good at is picking up on patterns that like you probably don't
Oh yeah.
consciously notice. And I think like even if you were to create a fresh account and you were to never interact with the white stripes in any which way, it would still find out somehow that you like the white stripes and that you might be interested in listening to it through like other things you enjoy, and like cross referencing that with other fans of that stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, when I started my YouTube music, it like immediately got a fucking grasp of the music I was listening to on Spotify.
Yeah, that's kind of why I like changing like which genre of music I listen to, because like I fucking hate when it like knows what I want. I'm like, oh man, these songs are kind of bangers. Time to switch the genre or something like that. Then you
See,
get a lot of stupid meme songs on there. But like, I guess going back to the forced memes, have you guys seen that? What's it called? The stupid Saddam Hussein
Yeah,
meme, or like the stupid Vin Diesel one?
yeah, but
Like, I swear to God, I'm not sure about the Saddam Hussein, what the hell they're trying to go, right? But like, that Vin Diesel one, it's just been today and yesterday that's been coming
and I've
out.
seen it
This
like 10
podcast was
times.
recorded. Yeah. Like, I swear to God, I'm pretty sure what they did was, I forgot what company, probably Paramount. Who knows? Who gives a shit,
Probably
right?
Warner Bros.
They go to these, yeah, they go to these like meme pages, right? And like, they pay him money, like promote this meme, make a meme or whatever. And it just spreads around the internet. Like, it is insane. Like, there's no way this meme cat caught on like that, because it's not even that funny. I'm pretty sure a
It's
lot of
like
people haven't even seen
wait,
Fast and the Furious.
right.
Internet Historian did a video on this, didn't he? Actually, about
Um, I,
forcing memes. Hold on, let me look that up.
Yeah, I think
oh, what we're saying?
I like to think that the people who use the internet every day are smarter than that, but then I meet the people who use the internet every day and they are not. Like
Hmm.
I have worried that I'm getting like old in my sensibilities when I see some of the jokes that catch on and stick around for like
Yeah.
weeks and months at a time. And like
Oh, like that stupid the new one, the Wojak, the Shroom
yeah,
Jack or whatever it's called.
that one's
I
interesting.
I feel that one's natural. I feel that
That
one's
one was
natural
natural, but
because
then Twitter dragged it for the dirt.
Yeah, that's just Twitter being
yeah,
Twitter. But that one came from like, the natural life cycle where it's some
yeah,
weird
you know why
esoteric
you could
fortune
tell.
thing that kind of
Yeah,
evolves
you could
outward.
tell. You could tell it's natural because, like, if you kind of look at it, it was just people sharing that same screenshot every time, right? The Shroom Jack, and then they're like, kill yourself, right? Because that's what the meme says.
Yeah.
So like, you got like a good week or a couple days of them posting that, right? But then people started to add on to it, right? Like you got the Terraria music on the Shroom Jack, which I fucking love that one. That was my favorite meme of that one. But like, it evolves rapidly. But now you look at the Vin Diesel meme, you've seen so many variations of the Vin Diesel meme. It's like, that's not natural.
Yeah.
Just
Usually people spam the same iteration of it, like for a good couple of days. Then people start like making them.
So
But like,
I've been very interested in this exact topic for many years, and I think the first time I consciously noticed it was just after the MLG stuff was ending. Probably I think this was either
oh my
2015,
god,
maybe
yeah.
2014. In like one summer, there were these three jokes that all came about at the same time. Was Harambe died. There was the John Cena like watch out like song, and
mhm,
just there was this like small collection of jokes that all were in a vacuum, not very funny, and the humor of them
yeah,
came about of just like mixing and matching them into like movie scenes in different, clever ways. And I think at that point, like the sort of humor structure changed, and it was about
Yeah.
like every meme since then has been something where it's like it's formative, and it's something that is like a concept that plays off of other existing jokes and memes.
I would blame the Chinese government for this on the sole purpose that like they own Reddit, right?
Do they?
Like I'm not a conspiracy nut, right? But they actually own Reddit.
I hate
Like
China.
a Chinese entity like, right, they own like Reddit. I don't know, actually I'm not sure if I'm pulling this out of my ass, but I've heard like that they own like a good part of Reddit or something like that, right? So like it's up to the point where they can approve disapprove memes and
Right.
stuff like
So
that,
if
so
you
they
have-
could silence stuff.
If
So
a
like
Chinese
yeah,
company has a majority share in your product, then that means the Chinese government has a majority share in your product. Yes.
exactly, because it's the same people who own those companies are the same people that sit in that communist
No, they're just legally
council.
beholden to the party there. Like everything is controlled by their government there.
Oh yeah, but not only that, I mean, like Tencent, that guy who owns Tencent, who owns like League of Legends and all that crap, right?
Mhm.
He sits on that table of like the communist chairman or something like that.
Yeah.
Like they're actively doing stuff like I don't know how ownership goes with China. Like I mean, literally they go like they said, oh, of course the Chinese government owns this, but here like every employee owns like a certain share because it's communist, right? But like who knows? All I know is like I gotta blame the Chinese government for this because they control Reddit, and like it or not, a lot of people secretly go to Reddit, publicly go on Reddit. Who knows? Whatever you want to be exposed as a Redditor, they'll copy the memes or whatever, and they'll send them. And like, how do the memes get there? Who knows? I mean, for sure they got to be like artificially boosted or something like that. Who knows? I'm not sure, right? I don't go on Reddit.
Man, if Reddit couldn't get any worse, or if you thought China couldn't get any worse, they're a bunch of fucking soy Redditors. Of course they are.
I think the big, there's always been this sort of kicking down at Reddit as an internet site. I think it kind of ties back to what we were talking about earlier with like social conditioning, is how like weird the system of Reddit is, where you're just playing for this like weird parasocial acknowledgement where like you can't see anyone who's interacting with you, but you're getting like just a raw number of approval or disapproval from the people who saw what you posted. So then like there's no like interpersonal connection there, and like everything that gets posted there is for the sake of like just raw like number approval.
Yeah, Twitter may be hell, but at least you like get to see who you're interacting with.
Yeah, I mean, I guess with like Reddit, it's like a whole numbers game if you kind of think about it. It's kind of like, if you kind of think about it, it's kind of the foundation of what social medias are today, like TikTok and all that. I mean, all those are number games.
Yeah.
Like, all it is just hit, they get promoted and stuff like that.
I think because it's so obvious and in the forefront of the like main functionality of the app, yeah, I think it attracts like a really weird, like semi-autistic like mindset of, maybe people who don't succeed very well socially in their like day-to-day life. But then,
oh yeah, like, bro, I saw this video, right, where like there's this guy who's like a mod, right? But he's a mod of like I don't know how many subreddits.
Right.
It's like so crazy. And like this guy, you insult him, you're like banned off of like basically Reddit in general, because he's like mods of like all these like subreddits or whatever the hell it works. It's like, bro, how are you that insane? How are you that into this website? It's like, oh my god.
And I think,
like, I mean, maybe he's not active, right? But like, it's just insane.
He will never touch a woman.
Yeah, when you were talking about like forced memes, I think that's where a lot of it is born, is from that sort of numbers game approach where, say you're a 15-year-old who, you don't have any friends at school, and, you think of yourself as a funny person, but like people look at you weird when you tell jokes. But then you go on Reddit, and you see the Vin Diesel thing, for example. You see that, and, you get this idea in your head of like a scene you could stick that into, like a movie scene that you haven't seen anyone do yet. And you do that, and you get like 1,000 interactions with the post.
Yeah.
And now that's you. That's your funny. There's 1,000 people who saw that and thought it was funny, and that you're a funny person for posting that. And that's the sort of thing that like gets boosted by that raw number.
Yeah, but how many 14-year-olds actually watch like the Fast and the Furious? Like, Izzy, have you watched the Fast and the Furious?
No.
I haven't seen
Right, that's weird. That's insane. There's no way
Right.
that like that was natural.
No, where
Like that's got to be like weird.
so I think how that happens is I think the first person who made that meme was probably a fan of the Fast and Furious and thought it'd be like a good funny joke.
No, yeah. See, well, here's the thing though. Like here's like maybe this is how it got popular. Like boomers, right? Boomers fucking love Fast and the Furious, right? That's why they're like shit, dude. They're like on 9 or what now?
Yeah, that's
they're in
9.
space.
They're in
Dude, space. The whole space thing has been like a meme.
Taiwan has been
like-
disacknowledged for the sake of the Fast and Furious franchise.
And like I don't know, like the whole like maybe like boomers were like sharing this on Facebook, and then like a boomer's kid was like, "Hey, that is pretty funny. Let me post this on Discord, right?"
Mhm.
And like that's where I got it. But that still doesn't explain like how like many different iterations of it. And if you kind of look at it, it's like I don't think boomers would be boomer. I don't think boomers make memes, right?
Yeah.
Like they just like find something and they're like, "Oh, this is funny. Share it." And they share the same thing until it becomes deep fried in JPEG.
If I were to give my hypothesis on where it came from, I started to notice this when the Among Us thing first happened, and I was from day one out the gate vehemently opposed to that being a joke, because I think the substance of the joke was just the repetition of the the mnemonic of it, and that like hit me as like a weird cult thing.
I'm like on the same boat as you, except when after a good while it just started to become funny. I guess the whole repetition of it just became fucking hilarious to me. It's like how insane are these people, you know, that like how insane are these people that like you keep on fucking saying it, right? And like you keep on posting it. It's just fucking insane.
The key here that I think, you know, the benchmark for me that I thought a lot of people would probably apply to is when the like Indian mafia like the weird 3D animated videos that get posted on YouTube that are made
the YouTube kids stuff.
Those are made like algorithmically just to like, you know, farm numbers. And like when the people who make those have caught on to your thing, I think that's usually a pretty good sign it's not funny anymore. But here we are like 4 months past it and it's still going.
Among Us, Among Us is kind of dying down.
So I think my hypothesis there is I think there's a lot of people who enjoy the social sort of like serotonin rush of people laughing and sharing your meme more than they actually enjoy and are, you know, humored by the content of it.
Well, I mean, if you kind of think about it, it's just like who doesn't want to be popular, right? I mean, maybe in like real life, you're like the fucking outcast or whatever the hell, whatever, right? But like on the internet, bro, everyone wants to be popular. Everyone wants to be the funny guy,
and you're willing to like, you know, take risks that you wouldn't in real life. And I think, you know, when because I grill people about it, I was that mad about it. I'd be like, "Why are you posting this? Like, what's funny about this?" And they, you know,
see, but that's what becomes funny because then you got like that whole meme. It's like, stop posting about Among Us,
right?
You know,
and then that's kind of where I noticed like the joke here is that this is something that isn't funny. But if you acknowledge that it isn't funny, then you're outside the joke. And now this is like a social circle that has been created around this like abstract, weird joke. And so like, I think, you know, I don't know where that comes from or like, you know, how, if that's like a flash in the pan there, or if that's something that's going to start happening more and more frequently where the humor of the joke comes from, you know, being in on the joke rather than the actual humor of the joke itself.
Yeah. And you know, honestly, I could see that Vin Diesel meme just becoming like an Among Us meme because like the whole like meme structure of that one is just family.
It's just fucking Reddit type shit.
Yeah.
But like, you know, it's just like I don't know. For like Among Us, the whole appeal of Among Us is just saying Among Us, right? Like that's it. But like the Vin Diesel thing, you gotta know the like at least a little bit. Like even in the trailers, is like family. You know, that's it. I mean, the one thing, you know, that whole thing was like that song where it's like, when I see you again.
Yeah, I was just about to bring that up, actually. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, that one, you don't need context of the movie because, like, that's just like, that's something you'd see in a trailer or something like that, you know? It's like, you always be family.
Well, yeah, because
I see you again. And then, like, blah, blah, blah. That's it. No context and nothing like that. You get it from the video, that's it. But, like, the whole family. You know, it's just kind of like you got to know the character a bit or something. Like maybe they'll throw it into a trailer or something like that. But like, I don't know. But you go on.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of interesting. I think that's. I don't think the Vin Diesel thing. I think it's going to be dead before you ever get around to editing this. I think in the next 12 hours, it's going to be something that's like frowned upon to keep posting that. I think.
Oh, for sure.
I
Like, I don't know. Actually, let me look it up when the new Fast and the Furious movie comes out. I think it's already come out, but like, Fast and the Furious.
So glad I've actually only seen the meme like for real just once, and it was in the fucking the Elder server. You know the Elder server.
yeah. Well, I've been talking. I've been at least tracking this for several years now because it's something that's been interesting to me. In 2016, 2017, and even into 2018, the average lifespan for a meme that came up like that just sort of this was something that popped up out of the blue and was something people are posting. It was 2 or 3 weeks on average was how long it lasted.
Yeah, but actually, well, if you kind of think about that, like memes lasted back, like longer back in the day.
Yeah, this
They
is
didn't die as quickly as they do now.
and before that kind of
It's
like
like meme
2016
exponential.
that like 2016 Renaissance I was talking about, where like the Harambe era, where people on the news were talking about this internet meme, and it got to that scale. I think that's where the lifespan started shrinking. But before that, you get back to like old like 4chan style like Tohu, all the like gotchi stuff, the just jokes from back then that existed and still exist today in their original context and haven't died yet. Like I think that came from those just growing in such small scale. I don't know I guess the scale is all that's changed now. And I think it keeps getting wider. And today, like, jokes will live and die in a day, literally.
Hey, Gunman.
Yeah.
So, would you call yourself a professional memologist at this rate?
No, because I don't think I could ever get married if I tied that title to myself. But I think the interesting one was there was the Beavis and Butthead clip that kind of blew up for like a week.
Oh,
like last week.
yeah. You know what? That's the reason why I made that Beavis and Butthead meme in my my recent video.
Yeah.
Because like I saw that I was getting recommended Beavis and Butthead clips. I was like, oh, you know what? That's the move. I got to make a meme about that.
Right. It's so Beavis and Butthead. It's Mike Judge. If he's not a national treasure, he's at least a local treasure. Beavis and Butthead is very close.
National.
Him and his creations are very close to my heart, and it was just this kind of random clip from Beavis and Butthead that was humorous, and the original joke was just posting it, and then there were some kind of loud equals funny type edits of it that blew up, and it lived and died in a single week, and it was something that I think was at least natural. I think that one was
it's kind of like the Clarence meme too.
I don't know. I still
you remember that?
I remember Clarence saying you had your own video of that too.
I
love that video.
Well, let me post it just so you know what we're talking about, because I have it saved.
Yeah, sure.
I have at least one somewhere around here. Yeah, here we go. Like this is get ready for not something sophisticated right here.
Yeah,
you can play it if you put it over the audio of the podcast for a second.
Yeah, sure. I'll go ahead and like play it. I'll splice it.
Yeah, once just we can cut back once Izzy's seen it.
That's right, sick.
Yeah, it took me 1 second. I know it. Basically, I guess for like context, it's the one where like their PE teacher, I believe, is like going, "We're gonna be talking about the blank," and it's just holding in black.
Yeah,
that one's funny. I mean, Beavis and Butthead is funny.
Yeah, I need to watch more Beavis and Butthead. I know I saw it when I was little. I've really seen King of the Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Office Space. Fucking love that movie.
So
Mike Judge too.
So like
or Idiocracy as well.
When you think about a meme, you got to think. I think the reason I interact with groups like our little den that we all come from shall remain unnamed and unsourced. No one's going to find it.
Well, it's probably going to be in the name of the podcast, but
they'll never find us.
It's fine. Yeah,
but I think the reason I like finding these just little like hole in the wall communities on the internet is because we're talking about memes, and I think memes there are on a community. If you get above about like at least 2 or 3 people, there's jokes of that caliber that can be created there and spread there, right?
Yeah. What I like about our little I don't know what you call it, our little shit yard, right? Mm-hmm. Is that like we're not a hive mind. We all argue with each other at all times.
Argue a ton.
So that that makes us unique, I think.
Yeah.
Because like if you kind of look at other communities, like I guess like some unmentionable ones, right? They're a hive mind. They all talk about the same thing, and it's the same topic. You go
because
on their server, and it's the same jokes,
Mhm.
the same three people talking, and then the same like argument or whatever.
and they're moderated to
Yeah.
like dissuade like arguments of any actual
Yeah.
I
like
like how
caliber.
we all stem from like kind of an old community too. Like we all migrated from another server mostly.
Yeah, I'm very interested in this community because it's all people who
Yeah,
met like incidentally on a larger public server, and
yeah,
then
Oh, for
like
sure.
friends of friends type invitation. Like it's
yeah.
like a speakeasy almost.
Then that server started deteriorating, so all the good members came here.
So I think there are thousands of communities like that out there,
So
Yeah,
and I
I
think
guess like on that topic, um, Gunboi, who invited you?
uh,
This.
it was Scouty. He
Okay.
I was picked. I was handpicked after like a few interactions with him.
Bring with the cop.
I
Yeah,
got invited here just because I fucking also set my profile picture as Naota.
Yeah,
So of
you
course
made the
I got
cut.
invited to Naota, the Naota server, Naota
Yeah,
court,
and
if
we
you
had to
will.
invite you from that fucking what's it called? That server.
How'd you
What
even
is
see
it
my
called?
profile, by the way? I didn't really talk to you that much at all.
Oh, I just saw it on the side on the stuff. I mean, I've known you. I haven't known you, right? But I've seen you for a
Yeah,
while. Like no interactions, but I've definitely seen
yeah.
you
This
from
yeah.
server,
You remember Jinxed is, don't you?
yeah.
and this is definitely sort of a like Avengers style, like invite only, like best of the best champions of the world type. Like,
Yeah, because like I mean, you don't want like randos in here.
mhm.
One of my best friend wanted me to invite them there, but I just don't think they'd enjoy some of this shit you guys argue
yeah,
about.
yeah.
Yeah, and like I mean, honestly, what I want for like the Discord server, whatever, it's just I want people to be able to speak whatever they want, but like I mean, also be able to take a licking or whatever.
Mhm.
It's like you shit talk someone, you should be able to be shit talked. That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
But like, I guess on that note, Gunboy, do you know Yolk?
Oh, do I ever?
Yeah, your biggest fan. He loves you a lot. Do you
Yeah, I
know him?
have. I went my whole life without understanding the sort of like the someone on the internet is cyberbullying me. I'm being stalked. I'm receiving negative attention. I never really understood the hype behind that until I met Yolk.
Well, he's like
Yeah,
giving
so
you
like
negative.
you didn't.
He's giving you
Yeah,
really positive attention.
Hmm. Yeah, Yolk is.
but
I don't know who invited him. I don't know where he came from. I assume he's like a
to
friend
be
of a
honest with
friend.
you, I don't either. I
I
do not know
actually
either.
don't
He just
even
showed up one
know where
day.
he comes from either. He doesn't come from the funk community. I don't know where he came from.
So he just kind of showed up one day and like he just like sexually harasses me with like the most colorful, bizarre, like unsavory
I mean,
language.
His,
you
his
gotta give him some props. Like this stuff, like he's
Yeah.
got to be praying to the muses on this stuff.
Like
yeah, he's got some pretty witty ones.
I'm a tough kind of stoic individual, but I
Yeah.
like cross my legs when he talks to me. Like,
It's not just you, but he definitely loves you the most.
yeah, no, he's sort of our chaos force who like he keeps everyone on their toes.
Anyway, I need to take a quick break. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
cut this part
Yeah,
out or whatever.
we'll be right back
Be right back.
after this radio break.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom then. It's
This
been a
is
good
supposed to be
half
a
hour
fucking
here.
radio show, and we don't have any room for music, do we?
Yeah, put some
Whatever.
like classical music or something behind it. It'll sound good. I'll be right back.
Well, I guess now that I have the airwaves all to myself, I'm gonna plug the fact that you should go listen to the White Stripes and Jack White, Raconteurs, and the Dead Weather, and other good bands that kind of surround that little sphere of music.
Yo.
Yo, it's Saggy Nuts. The homie Saggy Nuts. Been wondering where you went.
That better not catch on. That's gonna open me to a whole new window from Yolk. He's gonna coming at me a new angle.
I'm gonna tear you a new one.
Yeah, I met my match. Like usually I was the one who could say the meanest, most like out there thing on the internet. Nah, Yolk beat me. I finally.
Yeah. I'm actually genuinely curious now where the fuck he came from.
I think it's Scouty. I think
It's probably Scouty. Where did Scouty find him? Hold on, what mutual servers do I have with him?
none.
Oh, he's in the Herb4 DM server. He's in two of the People's Grottos.
Yeah, that doesn't explain
Hello.
anything.
All right,
That Naota?
is everyone here?
Yeah, do
Yeah.
a clap if you're gonna edit back in, just so you can see the sound wave.
Oh, true. Well, I mean, you guys were talking, right? So, like,
Yeah,
I'll just sync it up and then cut it out. Or if it was good,
Yeah,
you know, keep it in.
All the dead air.
No, we were
Okay.
discussing the origins of Yolk very briefly there.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I guess I wanted to go back into Yoke.
Yeah,
So, did you know?
I had my own
No,
little-
so you didn't know Yoke at all, right?
No, not at all. We were saying we think he's a one of Scouty's private selection like hires, but that's just a theory, and I have no way of knowing that.
Yeah. So, like, you know, what I found crazy is that, like, you know, he might be like a sexual deviant, right? But he has standards. I think he waited for you to mention how old you were, and then he went in on you.
That was very nice of him to not.
Yeah.
On the bright side, he's at least a way better deviant than another gay furry that we know.
Yeah. And, yeah, I mean, that's pretty wild with Yoke. Good luck with that.
I mean, yeah, I think it's a very interesting little community you've created here. You know, community
Oh,
in
yeah.
air quotes, but collection of individuals who, you know, I don't know. I think I fell in love. I don't use social media at all, but I fell in love with Discord kind of after its first like year, because I think this is the closest experience you can get to like old school like
Yeah.
chat room culture.
Same
Oh,
here.
yeah,
I've been
like
on
forums.
Same here. I've been on Discord for like 5 years now, nearly.
Yeah, just about. Me too. It's been. I think it's just the closest you can get to that sort of like it's like a renaissance almost of, you know, being able to speak your mind directly because you're not on a public forum anymore. So like,
Mhm.
you know, if I said something here, you know, it'd be much harder to trace it back to my real identity and my, you know, place of employment and everything, and less people would see it, which is probably the way I like it too.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah,
you
for
can
sure.
hate all those minorities all you want.
All right.
Well, not
let's
even that. You
say
can
that.
just like you can characterize, you know, your life in different ways. You can, you know, you can have conversations that are just, you know, for one reason or another wouldn't be allowed, or you know, easily interacted with on the wider internet.
Yeah, and discussing how he would kill a government official if he had the chance.
You know, and then like it's easier to find people with similar hobbies and only interact with that group. And I think that's good both on like a personal level and on like a social level if, you know, all the like there's the weird people out there who have like weird interests that they
Yeah.
share. If they're all in their own little private bubbles where you don't have to interact with them, I think that's the way it should be.
And other
Mhm.
times you just stumble across straight fucking retards.
Yeah, you know, I guess that goes on to the other topic I want to bring in. Have you met any good friends at Nauticore?
I don't like to throw the word friend around super loosely, but like,
Mhm.
you know, people who are worth talking to, you know, every day is something that's kind of rare.
Gunman's
Especially,
like
Mhm.
Gunman's like the big bro.
but like, especially post COVID, where there's limited social interaction outside of your own like house, right? I
Mhm.
think it's incredibly valuable to have people who are not, you know, boring or bland or, you know, stupid, who can, you know, they know stuff about a wide variety of topics, and there's stuff that you can talk about with them and like learn from them on an interpersonal level.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
for example, we got that classic dude who talks about tanks all the time. He's pretty
Number
cool.
one. Yeah, I think
It's alright.
I think the beauty of the internet, and one of the reasons I don't regret being raised, with all that unauthorized, unsupervised internet time, is the number of people from like second and third world countries I've met
Yeah.
who had interesting things to talk about and say to me that I would never met in my normal life whatsoever.
Yeah, like my best friend now is from fucking Argentina of all places. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, I've met folks
Pretty cool.
from Argentina, Sri Lanka, Indonesia, Korea.
Yeah.
I mean, just countries you would never pay me to travel to Argentina, right? And like for a long time, one of my best, the best people that I talked to every day was from Argentina. And like, that's just not something that would have happened otherwise.
You know what's strange is that like I also know someone from Argentina, so like that's kind of crazy. Like you would think that like there's not a lot of people online there, but there is. Like the guy I knew from Argentina, I think we would always just like get together and watch like cartoons or whatever, like on Discord.
Yeah,
yeah, that's
I'm
crazy.
Counter-Strike with my homie.
It's pretty cool. I guess we all have our little Argentinian friend.
They're actually all people who know each other as well.
Argentina has a population of like 13, I think. So yeah.
Yeah, they're making their own podcasts right now. In fact,
Argentina now. But I guess like Gunman. What are some things I guess like, or some people that you don't like on this server?
So there's always some kind of like petty back and forth conflicts that happen. I know, I don't think anybody outside of Naota Core is probably going to be watching this anyway. But shout out to my pal Garrett out there, number one reposter of not funny jokes. He'll post something. He'll post something at like 3 a.m, and no one will laugh at it.
Who's Garrett? Who's that?
The one who like hates his life. You know that one?
Oh yeah, the guy that I beat in Smash.
Yeah, the guy you beat in Smash, that guy. Like, I think, I don't dislike to the point where I would block anyone on this server. There's some people who can be obnoxious sometimes, but that's the name of the game though. You don't want boring people. And I think, especially what you were saying earlier about people who don't like 100% agree on everything, I think that's such a valuable like thing that is dissuaded usually.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like on Twitter, have fun interacting with people who don't agree with you. It's not going to happen, and if it does, they're going to get, like hit with so much negative social pressure that they're going to delete the app.
Yeah, I used to be on
like
Twitter a good bit because that's like my backstory here. I was like the niche micro celebrity, if you could call like 250 followers a niche micro celebrity, but whatever. I was just pretty active.
That's nano. That's not micro.
Yeah, I was like pretty active in those strange parts of Twitter and with some interesting characters.
That's pretty cool though. I mean, if you stick in long enough, like on a social media, you'll find like that click or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, you know what? Gunman, what was your opinion on the Minecraft server? You were pretty active at it.
Yeah, I think it was fun. But I one day I didn't play, and then I came back and everyone had beaten the entire 20-hour game, and I was like, okay, whoa, dude, I got a day job and stuff.
Yeah, I got a late start too because we had to update Geyser for me to join in Bedrock.
Yeah,
we should restart that soon.
But I think that's
I'm thinking to Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Yeah. I just think like getting multimedia like that is fun. Always is, playing a game together with this small clique of people you've met online. That's not something.
When are we going to do more Gary's Mod?
Oh, I mean, I'm down whenever. I mean, I have the server up.
Yeah.
It's just getting the people together. That's the hard part. Because like everyone's so busy and
you have people
for some reason
every single time zone too. So
yeah, exactly. And like we have people in Asia as well that want to play. So like it's hard to get everyone coordinated together.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I don't want to leave it running all the time. Because like I'm in Texas, I have the server like with me. So like this thing heats up my room like
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
Like one thing about me is I like building circuitries, right? I bought like this little Arduino kit, like a red board from SparkFun, and well, SparkFun, please sponsor us. And what I did was I built like this little temperature thing. It's nothing too crazy, right? It comes in the kit or whatever.
Right.
I read the temperature of my room. It's like 107 in here. I'm like, Jesus Christ, no wonder. This room's like hot.
Yeah, there's like a
I had the
historic
fan
heat
going all the
wave.
time. Yeah. No, it's not only that. Like, bro, I'll hit this like temperature all the time. Like, you name the time and day. Like, it's always 107. Nice and cozy.
Yeah, even in Ohio right now, and the freaking heat, I'm like waking up in sweat, basically.
Yeah, honestly.
I don't know. I'm having the opposite experience where it just rained for 4 days in a row, which I don't think has happened in my lifetime here.
Oh yeah,
Well,
the other day it was raining for like 24 hours straight.
Like I saw like the plants here can turn green. That was something I didn't know was possible. Was like the color green.
the cactuses are blooming flowers.
Yeah, the grass here is like several inches high right now.
Yeah, that's how it is here too. But like, you know what? Would it be safe to say you're a fan of Neon Genesis?
Safe. Yeah, it'd be a safe assumption to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I guess like, can you describe Neon Genesis in like a sentence or like a word?
It's often imitated, often mistranslated, and often hated. That's a little bit of freestyle poetry. Hit me up. My SoundCloud
Yeah,
is
hell
little
yeah.
G770 on SoundCloud. But I completely
best
lost my
girl,
train
by
of
the
thought.
way.
Ooh, don't start that. You're gonna get this.
No,
People are gonna
let's
find
start
this.
that.
1 hour and 18 minutes into this like obscure like corner of the internet podcast. If you start that, like people are gonna find this and like they're gonna
Best
dox
girl,
you.
by the way.
You know,
All right, let's go down the list. I'll Izzy, you can go first.
Huh? Well, how's it feel being old?
No,
Like, what kind
what's it
of
called?
back cream do you use?
oh, he's calling you
How
old, even though you're.
wrinkly is your nutsack?
I think he's talking to you, Gunman.
Oh, if it's me, then we're talking like smooth, like that's not part of the equation
Like
here. It might be.
you're like a cranky old man though.
Oh yeah, I am, but
That's why you hate all these forced memes.
I do.
Cranky old geezer.
I have since I was very young. I've hated things that are not funny, and I've hated when people pretend things are funny when they're not.
Do you ever just want to go full
Like a
hatred,
Jared
just go on a
Goff.
shooting spree and just kill everyone?
No, it'd be very difficult with the firearm I own.
Oh, you know what?
It'd be like a 45-minute affair.
Okay,
Get,
what
like-
if you had like a howitzer? Would you fire it at like a couple buildings?
No, I think one thing that I definitely espouse as a value is not getting yourself into unnecessary trouble and like solving your little problems
But
before
it's
that
so
happens.
much fun.
Like if that's something.
How would you know? How the fuck would you know? Is
It's so much fun.
all right, shut the fuck up.
We were talking
I
about
got okay.
Evangelion.
Yeah, let's go back to Evangelion. Izzy, you go first. Who's the best girl and why?
I was asking fucking Gunman that. That's not my question to answer. That's his
Well,
question.
we gotta break the ice a little bit.
You got.
So just give us
You
an
have
answer.
to answer because I will not answer.
I
Without
don't even
a
have
lawyer
an
present.
answer. I haven't even finished Evangelion.
He never watched
That's
it.
fine.
He's a
Okay,
poser.
red or
I'm
blue?
like halfway through it. Come on.
All right, red. Well, that's enough.
Yeah, that's enough.
You got the gist of it.
I don't know. I got like this cool image of Ray with a guitar, I guess.
Ray with the guitar. Okay.
Ray with the
How about
It's
you,
like a
Gunman?
Telecaster.
This is going to be controversial to not have this be an exact 50-50 split, but there's 3 of us, so it's not going to happen anyway. But I'm also going to go with Ray.
Wow, you know what? Same here.
That's so surprising.
Uh-oh. This
Ooh.
is
See,
this is
the reason I like
territory.
Ray, yeah, let's talk about it. Let's discuss.
Mhm.
The reason I like Ray is just because like that one
Because you
scene.
love-
I guess spoil. Well, it's not even spoilers. It's not even spoilers. thing's been out for like 30 years by now. But like
It's older than I
that
am.
that
yeah.
one that one scene where she just starts calling I forgot the name of the blonde lady. This old lady,
Yeah.
and it's like, my dad hates you, like the mom.
Oh yeah,
And she
Ritsuko's
just
mother.
gets
Yeah.
choked out. Yeah, like, bro, at that point, I was like, man, Ray's got like a personality. That's pretty cool. And then, like, I don't know, just that, and like, the fact that they're a clone, it's just kind of cool.
I think the classic
But-
"who's the best girl" debate is really reductionist of the value of Neon Genesis Evangelion, but I think it's just an excellent like character study dressed up in the guise of big robots fighting things. And I think,
Well, they're not even robots.
well, that's a
They're
spoiler.
like lizard people.
They're lizard people.
Well, no, the other thing's been out for like 30 years. There's no spoilers anymore.
But like, yeah, on a surface level, like if you were to sell it to someone as, why is this worth my time to be associated with all of these unfunny people on the internet? Why should I watch this? I think it's like a wonderful like interpersonal story that is dressed up as like a big robot fighting anime. And so there's like a good blend of those two elements.
I've always interpreted Neon Genesis as like a type of growing up story,
Mhm.
Just like, I mean, it's just like, just teenagers growing up, but like then, you got to make it anime, so you got to put in like robots and shit on there.
Yeah, I think
And all that.
there's a lot of anime out there about like, the adolescent struggle. Because I think
I
more
wanted
so
an
than
anime
any,
like that. If I wanted an anime like that, I'd just watch fucking Chunibyo, bro.
but like, they have that's sort of the audience of anime over there. Like originally, they don't care about us stinky white people, but they're
Bro, speak for yourself. I'm not white.
but the genre there is for like teenage boys, and I think all the people who make it are trying to captivate that audience with the struggles of that audience. So
Yeah.
that's something you don't get is like stuff made explicitly for teenage boys. You don't get that in America, really.
Yeah, that's why
So-
Shinji's such a crybaby virgin, because he's actually just like all of us.
Right. So that was like,
I don't know about you. Not me.
yeah, I saw that in like
Yeah,
I saw
because
it in
you're
high
not
school,
white.
and
Well, Shinji's not white either. He's fucking Asian.
He looks white enough. He's whiter than you.
Shut up. Yeah, you're probably right there. But he's not white. He's like Asian. Kind of lost that argument there. But okay. I guess like Gunman. Do you have any anime recommendations?
oh god, that's
Can't say
such a
Evangelion.
minefield. Yeah, I'd go for my number 2. This is not a sleeper hit by any metric, but another good.
You're going
like,
to say Isaacin, aren't you?
I'm not. I was gonna say it's
Right.
called Madoka Magica. It's very very similar in kind of premise
Mhm.
to Evangelion, where it's it's like a popular anime genre. Dressing up the guise of like an interpersonal story, but it's kind of like if I were to. It's kind of hard to talk about it without spoiling it, but it's kind of a.
Yeah, what's it called? Doku Magico?
I'll type it.
Okay.
Count Dooku. Count Dooku.
I don't know. I told Comic to watch it like a week ago, and he hasn't. He's been off the grid since then, so I'd say it's pretty
Yeah,
good.
he's been off the grid, yeah.
But it's pretty good. It's sort of dressed up in the like subgenre of like Sailor Moon, of like that sort of. It's very girly. It has an
No, it's a
outwardly
good girl anime.
girly aesthetic, yeah. But it's sort of the feminine voice version of Evangelion, of that sort of like growing up story.
Okay.
But, like
That's pretty cool. I'll
it's
give it the whole like 3-episode watch.
yeah, you have to. I think you have to give it the 4-episode watch because
Oh, really?
it is
Slow?
it's just it picks up really fast, but that first 4 episodes is it kind of
Well, that's what the whole 3 rule is. It's
Mhm.
like, 3 rules, you gotta give it 3 because, like, first episode, it's always fucking exposition,
Yeah.
like to hell. So you don't even get, like, a good sense of it. But on the 3rd episode, you got the exposition. 2nd episode's always for world building.
Mhm.
And 3rd one, then you get the premise of the show.
yeah.
That's why I always give it the 3-episode rule.
It kind of holds true to the kind of like the like what it's pretending to be for like 3 episodes, and then it becomes something a bit more interesting very quickly. It gets like nuanced.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
like, what's it called? Have you given anything the 3-episode watch? And you just quit?
oh god, I think what's it called, the like knockoff Evangelion, Darling in the
Oh,
Franxx.
the
Yeah.
02. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I didn't even like hate it, but I was just like, this isn't worth my time,
yeah.
and I never finished it. I probably should because I don't
I
like leaving things
usually
unfinished.
force myself to like finish it. If I just like don't naturally fall off, I'm usually just taking a break and I'll finish it eventually. The only one I've actually like rage quit halfway through is fucking Future Diary. I fucking hate Future Diary
Yeah.
so much.
I gave like Naruto like a 50 fucking episode watch.
Yeah.
Not 50. I would say like more like 20. I got to the scene where like Sasuke, I think he's like fighting this like girl guy in like a mirror like
Mhm.
ball or something like that. Not sure, right?
Yeah,
But I'm like I'm like forcing myself to watch it. I'm like, I don't like this. This isn't for me or whatever, you know? I can't get like into this. So I just stop right there. Other than that, I mean, there's a couple stuff
Yeah,
that I've dropped. but-
I claim to be a fan of all that, but I have not seen like the 5 most popular animes. I have not seen any of them.
Mhm.
I don't know why.
How about any?
I watched like 200 episodes of One Piece. I kind of like it, but I haven't watched it in a while.
I'm caught up.
I'm caught up.
I'm caught up
That's
with
like
One
that's like
Piece.
an actual 3 months constant running of like material there.
Bro,
Yeah, well, the thing is, it took me a couple years to catch up because like
that's not
I would stop it. Like as of right now, I'm caught up, right? But like I'm gonna wait like a good like 6 months to get back,
Mhm.
get even more caught up. You know, I'm not gonna follow it because like I'm not like the type to be like, oh man, it's a week, let's get watching. You know, I like to binge watch or like I binge read or whatever. You know, there's nothing like I hate like waiting the week to week.
I like at least one day I watched like fucking 20 episodes of One Piece straight.
Yeah,
I was a fucking
The-
real shut-in neat back then. I'm not like that
Yeah.
now, I swear.
the thing with One Piece is that like to get like absolutely hooked onto One Piece, you gotta watch up to the Arlong Park. You know, it's like that meme. It's like, oh, dude, it'll get good like episode 50. Trust me.
437 episodes.
Yeah, yeah. But like honestly, like if you make it to the part with Arlong, you're like gonna watch it like throughout your like life, like One Piece. But if you give it like the 3 episode watch, I mean, it's fine. It's all right.
Wait,
You know,
what shark is that again?
Arlong. It's the one with like the
Oh, is
fisherman,
that the fish dude with like that,
the teeth and the
Nami's
nose
home?
and all that.
like Nami's home island? Is that what it was?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you're like, oh yeah, I'm a One Piece fan, but like, you know, I'm not gonna like read all of it. The reason I got back into One Piece is because like I think I was taking my driver's like test, whatever, online,
Mhm.
and I'm like, man, I'm bored. I'm gonna see if like Luffy ever found the One Piece, and I Google that
Quick
up.
answer,
Like,
no.
yeah, you know, like, oh, it's still going on. I was like, no fucking way, it's still going on, bro. I wanted to see him get the One Piece.
The
And
real
it
One
was like,
Piece
nope,
was the friends.
still going
The
on.
real One Piece was the friends we made along the way.
Yeah, honestly. But yeah.
Bro, do you see
How about
that?
any
Do you see that
Mhm.
shit where what was it? Whoever finds Pablo Escobar's money gets to keep it. It's like real life.
Oh
One
yeah,
Piece.
for sure. I mean, honestly, they know where the money is.
There was one of
There's-
those that like I think he was buried in like Wyoming or something. But there was like some
For real?
archaeologist buried like $30,000 worth of just random
Well,
treasure.
I think Blackbeard's treasure's still out there, and it's like supposed to be like in Virginia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I heard about
And
that.
so like you could totally
Well, I
go ahead and grab that.
I don't remember whose treasure it was, but it was outstanding. Like nobody found it for like 30 years, and they found it like right after he died. I think he gave a hint or something when he died, and somebody found it.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Like, I remember I was taking statistics, right? And like they actually found like the shipwreck filled with like treasure and stuff like that. And I think like it's been like so long to like if you get it, that's yours. It's like your treasure
Mhm.
or whatever.
Yeah, that's how that
Like
works.
not like some countries, like in Greece, they're super protective because like they have like their ocean, the Greek Ocean or whatever it's called, right?
Yeah.
There's so many fucking like Greek ancient treasures down there
Mhm.
that like the government is like, no, that's ours. If you catch it, we're gonna take it from you.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, I guess if you're in the deep ocean, it's like you set up that excavation or whatever, that treasure is yours. And essentially, like a bunch of mathematicians got together and they're like, oh yeah, it's got to be here because they used like that whole like. I think what they did was they used statistics and they used like that whole like It's like this program that lifeguards use for like finding people in the ocean.
Mhm.
They essentially divide the ocean into grids, and like based on these destinations, we can like take out the corners. We assort this to like green and red.
Yeah.
Like they're more likely here. And they did that with a treasure, but I think it ended like in a like bad situation to where like I think one of the dudes killed each other. I might be making that up or
Oh yeah,
butchering it.
that's some like PBS
But
documentary stuff where like
yeah,
where it's
yeah.
like a heartwarming, inspiring story, and then at the end, like their project goes up in flames, and like someone dies in an accident, and then like the rest of the crew kill themselves.
Yeah, and like they're all arguing for the money and stuff
That sort
like
of
that. But
stuff. Yeah, you see that. I don't know. I watched a lot of PBS as a kid, and that's something like they have the
For real?
worst. They have the worst documentaries on there for like morale.
Yeah, dude. It's not even and like they could be researching like some like super cool stuff, right?
Mhm.
But it's just like the mic and like who the hell they get to narrate this stuff. It's always
Right.
like some old dude on his deathbed. And it's just like I'm talking about
But like
sleeping.
the worst part is
yeah.
they don't scrap the projects where the
they
subject of
clearly need
yeah
to stop.
the subject of the documentary like ends in horrible failure. Like they don't scrap those. Like they keep going. Like I remember I saw a documentary. It was about this Japanese guy who had a company where like you hire actors to pretend to be your friends at your wedding or something.
Oh yeah, I heard of that. Yeah.
But the guy was just like the most depressed. Like he'd get like notes from his wife where it's like, if you don't divorce me, I'm gonna kill myself. Like his wife was in
What the
ruins,
fuck?
and like it was just the cameraman followed him around for 5 years.
keep filming.
And he's like,
Oh my god.
he's like, his company went under, and it was like, if I can't find new work, in 3 months, the finances will be in trouble, and at that point, I'm gonna kill myself so there's money for my kids.
That is like a depressed fucking like version of The Office. It's like Jim if
Yeah,
you
it's
get with Pam.
It's like The Office, but just real life, and it sucks.
Oh my god, that's insane. But it's kind of weird because like a lot of those like companies exist in Japan. Like I was watching like Conan, right?
Mhm.
He hired like a fake family.
Yeah, no,
It's like wild.
I don't know why that is, or if that's like a novelty thing, but yeah, that all exists.
Yeah, who knows?
I'd hire some fake friends.
Yeah, I'm gonna hire
That's
some
a
fake
joke, I
friends.
would not.
I'm gonna go to like Illinois, like Chicago, and I'm gonna hire like a whole gang to like roll with me when I do things. So like just like
Call
when I
each
go to
other
the
the
store,
Gunboys.
they're all like tutting and stuff, like like follow me around.
So
in
that you
baggy
just want like
pants.
an entourage.
Yeah, I'm gonna hire an entourage.
So any game recommendations?
Not really lately. I have not played too much lately. It's been a really bad year for the industry too. COVID hit them pretty hard.
Yeah, I've honestly, like, I guess like when your Steam account reaches like a certain age, if you kind of think about it, you kind of stop buying stuff because it's like you got all the games you want, and like new games. I mean, they're all right? But you'll just wait a little bit until like it drops down. It's not you're not in like a hurry or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember. I think the last game I honestly bought that was like AAA or whatever the hell was Cyberpunk.
Yeah, that me too. And it was like just kind of okay.
Yeah, and also, yeah, I didn't even finish it honestly, and I was hyped for this game, dude.
I did.
Like I was hyped for like years.
And I'd say like finishing the game doesn't add that much to the experience of playing it. Is like how
Yeah,
just kind of middle of the line type game it was.
I just got so bored with it. It's just like I think it's the fact that it's just so big. But yeah, I guess like anything you want to shout out.
No, I'm pretty all well. Keep my hand played close to the chest. Izzy, what about you?
Nothing yet. Maybe I'll make my own podcast one day. We'll still see.
This fucking guy.
He's playing 10 years ahead of himself.
Yeah, this is like I'm gonna shout out my own fucking podcast. Fuck this.
Sodercast whenever that happens.
Okay, so I think we're kind of done here. I kind of asked all the questions I want.
All right.
All right. I guess we're trying to start this tradition here where we would essentially 1v1 on a game of your choice. Like I guess like death, whatever. So you have a game you want to play?
Well, I think we were gonna do TF2, right?
Yeah, if you want to do TF2, I guess like a versus, like a first kill
Yeah, yeah.
type of
Just
situation.
real quick, instant death.
Yeah. No! No, 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 no! Oh, this is it. This is it. Oh my fucking god.